Thank you. The 2024 Gospel Jubilee is coming up this Saturday, October 5th. The event is a big fundraiser for Alleghany Mountain Radio. And joining me now are Danny Cardwell and Richard and Karen Hayes with Alleghany Mountain Radio. Thank you all for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
To kick it off, tell us what Alleghany Mountain Radio is all about.
So, you know, it was so awesome coming here and seeing your staff working together for the water drive. And Alleghany Mountain Radio, in so many ways, we're about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Getting the community together and standing in the gap. Alleghany Mountain Radio started in 1979 as an idea, and by 1981, Gibbs Kinderman and the group of pioneers who started it were able to incorporate and get us on air. And we're about just connecting the three counties, Pocahontas, Bath, and Highland. And part of our mission is educational, it's informational, be able to provide access to the airways for people. So we sort of exist to connect the communities.
I love that. And Richard, tell us what the Gospel Jubilee is all about.
The Gospel Jubilee is a time for our communities to come together, people to fellowship, come and enjoy a great evening of gospel music. And it's also a fundraiser for Alleghany Mountain Radio to help us raise funds for our community radio stations.
And why gospel music?
It's a passion that me and Karen have had. We've been singing together since 1999, but gospel music is just something we're really passionate about. We've had people to come up in the community and ask us, when are you going to do the Gospel Jubilee again? Because at one point we stopped doing it, but that was like when COVID hit. We didn't do it for a couple of years, but people miss it and they like to have us come back and do it again. So we said, okay, let's kick it off and start doing it again.
I love it. Karen, tell us about Ivan Parker. He's the headline act this year. Tell us about him and his music.
I am over the moon that he's coming. Mr. Parker, he has a genuine love for gospel music, and when he sings, it's like he's telling a story. He's down to earth. He's part of the Gaither video homecomings.
Yeah.
He does a lot, you know, of a lot of, you know what I'm trying to say.
Charity events.
Charity events.
Yeah, I was reading a little
concerts.
bit about his backstory, and he has quite the story and testimony.
He does, he does. One of his biggest songs is A Midnight Cry, and it was a testimony of him. He was at a concert once, and his back was hurting him so bad, and he didn't think he was going to be able to perform, but then all of a sudden, his back didn't hurt him anymore, so he was able, you know, to go on. But then after the concert, he said that, you know, his back started hurting again. So it's a testimony that, you know, the Holy Spirit came over him.
I love that. Yeah, he felt the calling to finish that song and that music. And tell us about how community members can support you guys as a radio station even all year long.
Well, I mean, by making pledges and making donations help keep us on the air, but also by calling in, you know, and talking to your favorite DJs and saying, listen, I'd like to, you know, hear this song. That way we know they're listening. And that's what Alleghany Mountain Radio is. You know, we're there to provide, you know, music and entertainment. Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges with organizing an event like this?
I would say some of the biggest challenges is finding supporters to help offset some of the charges for it. Finding entertainers. What else would you say?
Picking the date to where there's...
Yeah, picking the date, the time. We used to do it from 6 to 9, but then we had some of the older folks telling us, you know, we don't like to drive at night. So that's when Karen and I sat down and said, okay, let's do this from 3 to 6. So from 3 to 6, it's daylight, get done, and they can still go home and still come out and enjoy the entertainment and what we have to offer that evening.
And you two are performing as well. Tell us a little bit about your music.
I'm more Southern gospel. Karen is a little more contemporary, but we do just different genres of the gospel music.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm more Southern gospel. You're more contemporary.
Yeah, like a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll.
We love it. Well, thank y'all for being here so much. We really appreciate
absolutely.
it. And again, that's coming up this Saturday, October 5th. It's at Bath County High School. Doors open 2:15. The event starts at 3 p.m. and we've got all that info up on our website if you are interested. Thank you again for being here.
Thank
We're going to
you.
be right back after this break.